Okay, let's talk about arguments in general just for a second to get an idea of our subject matter. First of all, think of some places that you come across arguments. In law, in politics, in marketing. Anytime you're having somebody present a conclusion on the basis of some sort of reason, some rational support, you're coming across argumentation. From the pulpit, in a variety of ways, people are trying to get you to believe things, and they're trying to do it on the basis of some argument. The thing is that even though we come in contact with argumentation every day, very few people are trained on recognizing good arguments from bad ones. For instance, consider this example. If somebody were to say, the coach told us that if it rains, the game is canceled. And I see that it's raining outside, so the game must be canceled. Is that a good argument? Ought you to believe that the game is canceled based on what I just said? Consider another example. If I were to say, the coach said that if it rains, then the game is canceled. And I just talked to my buddy, he said the game is canceled. So I've been outside today, but I better grab my umbrella because I'm sure it's raining. Is that a good argument? Should you believe that the conclusion is true? Well, we're going to get into that in just a second. There's really two types of arguments. One is such that if the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. In the example that I just gave, in the good version, which we'll get to later, if the premises are true, the conclusion has to be true. It can't be anything but true. Now, there are other types of arguments that people present. For instance, if I were to say, look, you should buy this car because it's just almost identical to the car you had last time you bought a car, and so I know you're going to like this one. Now you can see that that does give you a reason for thinking that the conclusion is likely to be true. What's the conclusion there? The conclusion I'm trying to get you to believe is that you're going to like this car. The reason I gave was that it's really similar to your previous car, which you liked. Now that gives you a good reason for thinking that it's probably true, the conclusion that is, but it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be true. Arguments of that type that don't guarantee the truth of the conclusion are called inductive arguments. However, arguments of the first type, in the baseball example, are such that if the premises are true, it would guarantee that the conclusion is true. Not just make it probable, but make it necessarily so. Those arguments are called deductive arguments, and that's what we're going to be studying this semester. The types of arguments that guarantee the truth of the conclusion. So let's start talking about that. I'll cut off this video for now and bring up another one. So that's what we're going to be talking about throughout this semester. And what you're going to learn to do is to be able to identify good deductive arguments and distinguish them from bad ones.